Shalom, my friends. Welcome to this week's newscast. You know, these talks that are going on in Lausanne, Switzerland, concerning the bad deal with Iran are all a stir in the news, my friends. In recent talks, negotiators were persuaded by Iran's display of warmth and earnestness. They even went so far as to recognize Iran's right to enrich and to maintain its nuclear facilities. Instead of saying, if you don't take this offer, our next one will be smaller, they actually said, if you don't like these terms, perhaps we can improve them. You know, it's these so-called talks with Iran are off the charts with ridiculousness. Anyway, the common perception across the Middle East is that America negotiated not out of strength, but out of an appetite to obtain a deal. Yigal Karman, president of the Middle East Media Research Institute and one of the foremost experts on Iran, says the joint statement issued in Lausanne, quote, was nothing but a smokescreen meant to disguise difficult, ongoing disagreements between the parties. If you read the Lausanne statement word for word, you see it amounts to no agreement. Close quote. In President Obama's announcement following the conclusion of the negotiations, he again mentioned the non-existent fatwa that Iran's supreme leader is said to have issued against the development of nuclear weapons. Such a fatwa has never been issued, and to this day, no one has been able to produce it. Know this, Iran will begin using its latest generation IR-8 centrifuges as soon as its nuclear deal with the world powers goes into effect, making a total mockery of the greatly hailed framework agreement with Iran, since such a move would dramatically accelerate Iran's progress to the bomb. Iran's IR-8 centrifuges enrich uranium 20 times faster than the IR-1 centrifuges it currently uses. And P.S. Iranian Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif told Parliament on Tuesday, April 7th, that Iran would allow no online cameras to be installed in its nuclear facilities. Quote, I have told the Western diplomats that Iran is capable of making an atom bomb any time it wills. Close quote. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said on Sunday, Iran insists on maintaining its formidable nuclear capabilities with which it could produce nuclear bombs. Iran insists on removing all sanctions immediately. And Iran refuses to allow effective inspections of all its suspect facilities. Netanyahu went on to say, at the same time, Iran continues its unbridled aggression in the region and its terrorism throughout the world. And then he concluded with, we must not let Iran, the foremost sponsor of global terrorism, have an easy path to nuclear weapons, which will threaten the entire world. Close quote. Turning to wars and rumors of wars, on Wednesday, April 8th, an IDF soldier was stabbed in the neck and seriously injured near Shiloh in the West Bank on Wednesday, and a second was stabbed and lightly injured. The Palestinian attacker was shot dead. Then on Sunday, April 12th, at least 14 people were killed in separate bomb attacks in Egypt's Sinai Peninsula carried out by militants affiliated to the IS. 8 people died, and 45 others were injured in an explosion outside a police barracks in El Arish. And at least 6 soldiers lost their lives, and 2 were wounded in an attack on an armored vehicle near Sheikh Zayed. Egyptian jihadists who pledged allegiance to the Islamic State group posted a video online showing them shooting dead an Egyptian soldier and beheading another captive. You know, paychecks and equipment for Hezbollah and Hamas have come directly from Iranian finances. And that includes the economic benefits Iran stands to garner from this so-called U.S.-Iran bad deal, which has only cemented Iran's position as a legitimate regional power. Tehran has always desired this position, which brings about the expansion of Iran's ability to include what it calls its security belt. And that security belt spans from Iran to Lebanon and to Gaza and especially to Israel. Iran has placed an emphasis on putting attack drones into the sky, including suicide aircraft that increase risks for Israel and U.S. ships in the Persian Gulf. Further, Iran is sharing new drone technologies with Hamas and Hezbollah. In February, Hamas launched 3 reconnaissance drones into Israel airspace and then pulled them back once Israel air defense fighters were launched. Iranian-designed drones have also penetrated Israel in the north from Lebanon. Drones in sufficient numbers could inflict damage similar to the Japanese kamikazes in World War II. Even without explosives, colliding drones with helicopters and jet fighters could do much damage to routine naval and army aviation along the borders of Iran. And that's the newscast for this week, my friends. Abba willing, I'll see you here again next week. And until then, stay safe and shalom.
Crowded rooms, I need more space than I consume. Enough is time alone with you, underneath the naked moon, sharing confidential moods and making chatter. Mockingbird nocturnal sings notations of eternal things, entering the quantum breeze, flying not for want of wings. He lights his gaze on you and me, simply because we matter.